Hey everyone, this is Gary Kay, and welcome to another pre-InfoComm, I should say, edition of my Rant and Race video cast. We've been counting down to InfoComm. We just got back from ISE just not too long ago, and in between the two shows, Samsung introduced a brand new product, and Dr. Micah Shippey's here to talk about it. Dr. Shippey, how are you doing?
Doing well, Gary. Thanks for having us on.
I appreciate you being on. We actually kind of got a sneak peek of the product a few weeks ago. It's a product kind of mostly aimed at the K through 12 market. Talk about the new WAC and how it's different from the WMB series of Samsung interactive displays.
Sure. Thanks, Gary. Yeah, we're very excited to have two distinct products that are both interactive and that are both now accessible to K-12, higher ed, and even in the corporate space. We listened to the voice of customer, something we're very proud of at Samsung. And we heard from educators that there was some features and some workflows that they felt were necessary, particularly if they had a lot of experience with interactive in the past. So with the WAC model, which is an Android operating system, we're offering now interactive software features built right into the board. So it natively operates. We're still very proud of the fact that it doesn't lock educators into workflows. It allows them to continue to use what they're already doing very well in their classroom. And this just amplifies it and brings new life into some existing, again, classroom content.
Well, what's really nice about it as well, and I know this seems like a simple response, but really the fact that you have different sizes as well for different applications, because you have 65, 75, and 86 inch, and you've got you got the latest connectivity, including USB-C, which is going to be critical because it allows for simple plug and play.
Yeah, we found with our WMB series that having USB-C in the front for allowing plug and play to project, to charge, and allow for interactive was a feature that customers really, really appreciated. So we wanted to make sure that our new Android model, the WAC, also had that feature. So you'll find USB-C touch, just like the WMB model, right out the front.
And it's an all-in-one system, right? I mean, it's got audio, it's got everything built in one, so you can use it as your primary display in a classroom, a small classroom application, right?
Yeah, it has everything right in it. I mean, we're finding an increased use and reliance on web browsers in schools. So it does have a Chromium browser. Another feature we found was highly adopted in the WMB series. We included that in the WA series to make sure that customers had that Chromium-based internet workflow that they were accustomed to, allowing educators to pull up slides and pull up websites that they know will highly engage their students, and yet have accessibility to split the screen, my favorite feature of the WAC, to split the screen with writing and drawing features. So side by side, they can have their content. They can slide the content over so it becomes bigger, and the interactive slide becomes a little smaller, and then flip-flop if they choose.
And do they do that with their hands, or they use that with a stylus, or how do they do that?
Yeah,
back and forth.
so that's one of the feature differences. So with the WMB series, you write naturally with a pen, which a lot of people choose. With the WAC series, you can do either. So you can write with a pen or you can write with your finger on those interactive features.
Okay, and talk about the Tizen operating system for a moment. For people that don't really understand, you didn't just put a computer on board. You put an entire operating system on board, basically.
So the WMB series is a Tizen operating system. So the Tizen operating systems offers Knox security, something that we're very proud of and very important to certain customers. With the WAC series, the new product is not Tizen, it's actually Android, which gives us new options to explore different plug and play capabilities that we did not have the ability to do with the WMB.
So since it's Android OS, do you have access to the Android store as well, or do you have specific apps for the WAC series that are standalone apps?
Yeah, interesting. And that's a common question we have. So since it's an Android operating system, you would think, okay, the Android Google Play Store is accessible. Not really. I mean, the store does offer Android apps that have, APK files that if they're legally allowed to and they're open, you might be able to sideload them. But it's not something that we can highly recommend, because when you sideload an app, the the dimensions are skewed. They don't update like they do out of the Android store, at least not out of the box. But having an Android operating system on this new device does give us the capability to explore using those types of features when they give a good customer experience and retain the high quality Samsung side of the story as well.
So basically, you're going to sort of build an ecosystem of compatible apps that are from the Android store that you've certified to work with the interactive display. Is that the plan?
Well, I can't tell you that's the plan.
Or do you already have apps?
I can't tell you that's the plan, but I can tell you that that's something we hear a lot. We hear, I'd like to have apps. But the thing to think about, Gary, is as we know, the more apps I put on my computing device, it's going to take up the hard drive. It's going to bog down the system. So we're hypersensitive to what the customer experiences would be like if we were to start loading apps on, because it's just not going to be the same thing. It's been wild in the education space, the K-12 space, to see ed tech software companies moving away from apps, iOS and Android, and hyper focusing on a Chrome browser experience that's powerful for their customers. So that's a lighter lift for a product, right?
Yeah, that makes more sense. And then the device management solution, the DMS that's built into the WAC series, it allows you to control, turning the product on and off, and also adjusting some of the features and switching inputs and things like that. Or is that specific? Is that primarily what it's for?
Yeah. So since we're speaking about this a little bit ahead of the official availability, we are working on that DMS system. And the features we want to see are the ones you mentioned. We want to see a centrally located updating. We have several in mind. We're just locking it down. But we want to see profiles to be set up on the device of this is how all the features should be worked. This is how everything should be turned on, and then be able to send that profile out to ones across the campus. So those are features that are really important to schools. We know they want that. So we want to make sure that we are delivering exactly what the customer wants. I don't have the product to speak to you, that software solution to speak to you about today.
Okay. And we did actually write this product up on our website that has some of the functionality mentioned in it. You can actually click on the link that's in the description of this video cast right now and see what we know about the product so far. One thing you did give away is that it does have the Samsung Whiteboard app. You already kind of mentioned that it already has that capability, and that is mentioned in the release of the product. When do you expect the product to be available to the market?
End of this month, we expect to be rolling them out.
Oh, okay. So it'll be, by the time it's at InfoComm, it'll be readily available.
Very close to that, yes.
Excellent. All right. Well, I really appreciate you doing this, Dr. Micah Shippey, who's the Director of Education Technology Consulting and Service Solutions for Samsung. I really appreciate you coming on today and talking about this product. It's going to be a popular product simply because everybody's looking for interactive display technology that's simple to use in classrooms, right? I mean, what's come before this from the other brands that have been out there for many, many years, it's been complicated, and you've kind of built a product that's going to be really simple and it's going to be fun to use. So congratulations on that. And I appreciate you coming on and doing this pre-InfoComm video cast for us. We, of course, have a lot of InfoComm stuff to cover. You can see all of our coverage at InfoComm at ravepubs.com/InfoComm. And, of course, in the meantime, head on over to Samsung. All the links for everything we've talked about today are in the description of this video cast. Wherever you're watching it on social, just look below and you'll see all that piled in there. And Dr. Micah Shippey, thank you very much for taking the time.
Thanks, Gary.
Thank you very much, everyone. Have a great day.
With rants and raves, you'll be okay. And today is your lucky day. It is rants and raves.